Hello, this is Adam Gellert from the Activation Movement here. Today I want to share a story that was shared with me during a freedom meeting that we all had, something called Kairos that my church conducts. It's a 2 or 3 day meeting where you can spend all day really seeking the Lord. There was a story that somebody told me that gave me just a very revelatory and really life-changing view of eternity as it relates to our life on earth. And I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in the things we're doing day to day, that the career goals and all the accomplishments and all the things we need to do, even in the kingdom, doing all these things for the kingdom, whatever it is that you feel like has to all get hurried up and captured within this time we have on earth. You always kind of look at it and sometimes want to know, well, how much of what we experience here on earth and we do here on earth is going to carry over into eternity. That's going to be part of our history there, for better or worse. I think sometimes I'm concerned about, man, am I going to continue to feel guilty about things that I've done, or am I going to be able to kind of, be all excited about all these great accomplishments I had and get to go to heaven and talk about that. And in this session, the person that was speaking gave a very great revelation that God showed him that I think we need to reflect on as human beings, regardless of your faith. But it would hopefully lead you to understanding what Jesus can do in your life. And I think that this message is very encouraging and is a release of any burden you may have in that regard. But basically, this person said, what am I going to remember about my time on earth? And God said, in second grade, asked him a challenging question. In second grade, what color were your shoes the first day of school? Do you remember what color your shoes were? And the person said, no, I don't remember. And he said, but you were there, right? And he said, well, yeah, I was in second grade. And so, yeah, clearly I was there, but you don't remember what color your shoes were? No. He said, do you remember like what you had for lunch on your first day of school in second grade? He's like, well, no. He's like, but you were there, right? And he said, well, yeah, obviously I was there. And he said, and God told him in that moment, that is what eternity is going to be like for you. And when you think about your time on earth, you're going to know that you were there. And that is about all you're going to have with you there. And so if you really think about the amazing revelation of that, it may depress you, it may encourage you, because I think we naturally want to know that all these things that we're doing and all these memories we have are, for all eternity and forever. But the reality from that is, and if you think about what eternity is, and then the little bit of short time that we may have here on earth in relation to eternity is such a fraction, and it continues to be a smaller fraction of over time, that the key message really in this is, and if you think about it, the urgency of focusing on the kingdom, focusing on heaven. Sometimes, and I know I've been criticized for being too heavenly or focusing on heaven and that eternity, but the reason why there should be such an urgency in sharing the good news, sharing the salvation of Jesus, and we talk about the consequences and the result of and the things that need to happen in terms of being with the Father for all of eternity. This is a great story and a great analogy of this whole question of what color were your shoes? Like, what did you do on earth? Well, I don't know. I know I was there, but I don't really remember much else. Our focus has to be on for ourselves and for our own salvation, for eternity, for others in our family and friends and others in the world, that they know the gospel, that they know and have a relationship with Jesus, because eternity is so much more important and so critical and just essential, rather than worrying so much day to day about what did or didn't happen, what went well and didn't go well. And we get so hung up and so anxious around what's right in front of our face. And even for myself, I know there's just times when I think about the things I stressed out about years ago that aren't even an issue anymore. You think about the report you had to get in for work one day, or the whatever other thing your boss told you one day that you got all upset. In the grand scheme of eternity, and really even just your life, it's just not important. And there's really only one thing that's important in your relationship with Jesus. So I hope that this, if for any of you that might be dealing with something in the immediate, or the concerns you might have even for your own life path and that long term in terms of your temporal time on earth. I hope that this encourages you to reflect a little differently on what eternity means to you and what your time on earth means to you, and that we really do have an urgency on the other side of it. That one of the reasons why I have such an urgency to do the things that God has willed for me to do and to complete the life plan He has for me is that it is such a short time, and it is a time that you're going to be moving on to eternity with. And so, hey, God has placed us on this earth at an appointed time and season to do to do His will and to be part of the body of Christ and whatever assignments He has for me. And I want to do those well, because it is going to go quickly, and then really we get to enjoy eternity with the Father, and all of this will pass away and it will be a distant memory and a forgotten memory. So I hope that this helps you understand a little bit about eternity through this story. And then if that's something that has triggered a desire for you to really know more about Jesus, if you don't know the Lord, I have a link in the description from Billy Graham Ministries to share more about what that means to be saved by Jesus Christ, the Son of God. So I hope that this encourages you, and look forward to seeing you in another video. Thank you.